Get ready with Nara Smith as she takes you through the whole video. Get to know her. So let's get to know Nara Smith.
I've seen so many assumptions about me on the internet, so I thought it was time for us to chit chat and get to know each other a little better. I was born on September 27th, 2001, which makes me 24, in South Africa, and I moved to Germany when I was about 3 months old. My mom is South African, my dad is German, so I grew up speaking English and German. Ich bin in Frankfurt aufgewachsen und Deutsch ist meine Muttersprache. I'm the oldest of three. I have a younger brother and younger sister and a half-brother on my mom's side. I was more quiet in school, but don't get me wrong, I was a nightmare of a teenager. I kept missing my curfew and not showing up on time and coming up with the craziest excuses to my parents that were so unbelievable. The majority of my young childhood, I grew up without a TV, so I'm not familiar with all the shows like SpongeBob or the Nickelodeon shows. I kind of got into that later. I grew up playing all sorts of instruments, from the cello to the violin to the flute, guitar, you name it, but eventually settled on playing the piano, and I played for 10 years. Also always thought I could sing, so I begged my parents to let me go on The Voice Kids, and I'm so glad they did not, because my digital footprint would have been crazy. I never knew what I wanted to do after school, but if I wouldn't have naturally slipped into doing this, I probably would have gone to college to be a biology professor or teacher of some sort. I'm obsessed with Greek mythology. I always have been. My dad got me this book when I was 5, full of Greek mythology, and that made me fall in love with it. I've always loved writing, and I'm really good at writing poetry, which I find a lot of joy in. When I was 14, I got scouted by a modeling agency and have been in the fashion industry for 10 years now, which is also where my love for fashion and dressing up comes from. My music taste is all over the place. I love jazz and older songs, but then also I'm not opposed to a little bit of grime. I'm a sarcastic person. It just tickles something in me. I'm terrible at telling my left from right, and I have an irrational fear of heights, butterflies, and ladybugs. Until you see those creatures under a microscope, I don't want to hear a beep. I am the worst texter. No one gets a text back unless it's like 2 weeks after. I know I need to get better at it, but it takes me at least 7 to 14 business days to get back to you. Love to thrift. I love a good Facebook Marketplace find. I love a good thrift store. I love eBay, Etsy, all those places. I just love things that can tell a story and have a little bit more history, and usually are a little older, just because I feel like the quality is so much better. I don't necessarily love a cookie or a cake or a cupcake, but I do love a good scoop of ice cream, or 2 or 3 or 4. One of my first Instagram handles was Nara Loves Ice Cream. That just says it all, and my first picture was me eating 13 scoops of ice cream. One of my other guilty pleasures is reality TV. Just so good. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Vanderpump Rules, The Valley, anything I will watch. Also a good Netflix crime documentary. A sucker for that. I love a good fantasy book. I will read it all. And don't even get me started on the covers of the new ACOTAR books that got released yesterday. I went down a rabbit hole and ended up crying because I was so excited. We don't need to talk about it. I got married to my best friend when I was 18, and now 6 years later we have 4 kids, 5 and under, which is crazy, but also the most fun I've ever had. I talk a lot, so I could keep this going, but we're all done.